Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today we are presenting Monsta Infinite. I know a couple of you guys have been posting this in the comments section and saying check this out, and it has been on my radar for a while now, and I am happy to announce that I am partnered with them as an ambassador, and that's going to bring a lot of exciting things to the channel. That means we're going to have one on the pre-sale. There is going to be a referral ID that will mean the community gets extra rewards, and there are going to be giveaways. So we are going to have 1 to 2 Inception Monster. These are the earliest ones that are going to be available, smallest IDs. Only 4,088 going to be available, and we're going to be doing some giveaways on this channel. So if you are brand new to the channel, here we cover everything cryptocurrency gaming. So stay subscribed to keep up to date with any future content, and hit the like button if you're excited for this project. You know, it always helps the channel out. So Monsta Infinite have their very own website now, which you can go check out, which has the roadmap on there, details on the token and the marketplace and white paper. But we're going to be going through all this in today's episode. We're going to be going into the pre-sale details and how to get on board with that in the next video, so be sure to look out for that one. As we scroll down, we get the theme behind Monsta Infinite. So a monster is an enigmatic and peculiar species living in Shanghai. They are from an age before dinosaurs, but now they have a catastrophic threat, the Jilaki. They may be eradicated if the situation remains the same, so they wake their earliest ancestors, the Inception Monster, from dormancy. Inception Monster use their unique biological network to contact humans through blockchain technology. They seek our leadership and guidance to bring victory to the homeland. As a reward, they will grant us their most valuable resource in the planet. Stamen tell us and reckon you as their master for helping them to defeat the Jilaki. Let's do this. So it's going to have a different style of gameplay. It combines a turn-based card battle system with a match 3 puzzle system to play Monsta Infinite. It's not just an ordinary card game. Now, I like this because it's very popular within mobile gaming now, is having that combination of match 3 puzzles and that battling system. And the reason why it's good is I think you can see there's too many idle games at the moment where you can just click and leave it and it automatically battles for you, and it's good for like efficiency in playing, but it doesn't really help you to engage much. This is going to add that engagement and also going to add a skill element to it. That means that we could have the same setup, me and you, and if you are better and quicker at making those better matches, then you're going to beat me. So I like that it's going to have a skill element to it. We designed the gameplay by using this logic to create a more competitive in-battle gaming experience and increase the excitement and challenges in the game. Assemble your team now with a minimum of 3 monster and save them from Jilaki and earn their planet resource. Here we see some the work they put into the artwork is really good. They've sent me, you know, a bunch of their artwork for obviously promotion using thumbnails, but it's really extensive, the work they've gone into creating this. Survival: defeat Jilaki to gain experience points and Stamen Tellus for your team. Save Monster and help them reclaim their homeland. Monster War: train Monster, level up their confidence by challenging other Monster at the dojo. Defeat other players to gain glory for your Monster and make them the strongest hero of the nation. And then we have Synthesis Cloning. Grow your monster army, the most advanced monster cloning technology, bringing you rare and robust species. Your monster army can be strengthened by augmentation. Sacrifice weaker monster as an offering to the Chinese god. Now, if we go into the next bit, we've got the roadmap, which is nice and clear. We can see that, you know, this project is from 28th of February. So the idea for this, it has been in the works for a long period of time. There's been a period of talent sourcing, getting the right people on board, completing smart contract preparation, game logic planning, theme and art and creation has been started from 5th of June. Then we went into pre-marketing the 30th of July, and then we're pretty much where we are now, which is the website and white paper being released. So yeah, just over a week ago we had that. Next we've got private sale, which can be contacted. You can contact admin.monstainfinite.com regarding that. And then we have the whitelisting and game strategy release. So we're going to be Ask Me Anything sessions. That's going to be help, I think, to engage with the community and for us to learn more about the game. Monster barter. So I imagine that will be I wonder what that will be if the pre-sale is going on 1.0. Will that be actually purchases of some monsters before the pre-sale. Check it out, it might be in the white paper. We have the pre-sale, which will occur on the 8th of September 1.0. Trailer, contract audit, pre-sale, mini game in September. So that's going to be good. So whilst we're waiting for the full gameplay, there is going to be some engagement with your characters in a mini game form. Marketplace launching on the 12th of October. Money listing on exchanges. Alpha testing is going to be 30th of November. Beta testing coming in December 2021. And then the game public launch is going to be Q1 of 2022. There's going to be more game features going on from that. Land chest sales, money staking. There's going to be land gameplay beta, money governance, and more to follow. This is a long-term project. You know, I've seen in their white paper they have, you know, a graph that stems over, you know, 5 until 2027 basically. So they are thinking the long term with this game. Now, obviously, all of these are likely subject to change depending on where things are at and their progress. We have the money token is the BP20 governance token for Monster University. So this is going to be on the Binance Smart Chain, which, you know, personally I love to hear, because I love everything Binance Smart Chain, because anything Ethereum, just gas fees are ridiculous. Money holders will be able to claim rewards if they stake their tokens, play the game, and participate in key governance votes. Players will also be able to earn money when they play various games within the Monster Infinite universe. So this is going to be play to earn. Money tokenomics. There's going to be a total supply of 270 million. Their pre-sale launch price is at 15 cents, with the circulating after pre-sale being 29.7 million. Token distribution: 5% will go to the Binance Launchpad, 3% will be in private sale, 8% for marketing, 25% will be for play to earn, staking will be 24%. Pre-sale 10%, 5% will be go towards advisors, 15% reserved for the team, and 5% ecosystem fund. Token unlock schedule. So here we go. So we see that their plan of a token unlock stems over the cross of all the way to 2027. We see that, you know, the gameplay is probably the highest rise to get to 100% by 2027. We see the team, so small amounts unlocking for the team early on, and then as we progress they start to get access to 50%. That's good, because, you know, you don't want a team that has an unlock after 2 months, because, you know, they potentially could just sell off all their tokens. It means that the team are invested in it in the long term, that they see value in holding their own currency, which is what you want to see in a game. Then we can go to the marketplace, which will be coming soon, as it's said in that roadmap. And then we can finally look at the white paper, which is pretty extensive, gives us a bit more in-depth look at Monster Infinite and the team and their kind of vision behind the game and what they want for it. So Monster Infinite is a decentralized game universe where anyone can earn tokens through playing the game completely competitively or for leisure. They started Monster Infinite because the inception of Monster Infinite idea came from February, and our team's initial plan was to fork Axie Infinity and imitate it on every possible aspect, as we see the potential of a lower entry cost Axie-like game. Who doesn't like to be part of a new MMORPG servers where the players can apply their existing experience and knowledge, but with everything timed back to origin? However, the deeper their commitments are put into the development and planning, they came to realize that there's different problems rooted in all the NFT games, and they thought maybe they could make a difference. I like this because imitations of things that are good, usually the early imitations it's the best time to get in, but you want to stand out alone as something unique and different, and here we can see in their gameplay they've clearly made a pivot to try and do that. The problem with pay to win, the conventional MMORPG problem of veterans losing their competition to richer players with less skill, this creates fast growth of disparity between the poor and the rich. This is a huge problem in pretty much all games on the blockchain at the moment, is those people who get in early get a huge amount of growth compared to those who get in later on. Overpopulated pets and characters. If there isn't a proper balancing mechanism, Overpopulation will surely happen, and weaker pets' value will eventually crash and leave no liquidity. This is kind of what people are worried about happening in My DeFi Pet, which I think we have seen from their recent release of their boss battle. Too many players in circulation, too many eggs hatched, and no speciality in terms of like only the rare ones can go through. So we see that being a problem, but they look to try and, I think they're trying to prevent that from happening within their game. Absence of player hierarchy. MOBA game has been a huge success as it provides enjoyment to all different hierarchy of players. Players get to match with other players that have the same range of capabilities. Yeah, so I think that's going to be an important thing. You see that across all mobile games now, really. You know, Clash of your Clans, you build up. You don't go against the highest ranked enemy. You're going against people of a similar matching, and then try and build your rank up and try and put that element of skill to give you that little extra edge. Gameplay. So, the lore. Since ancient times, no one has ever decoded the secrets to the formation of the universe, the mysteries of the beginning and inevitable end. Scientists of human civilization believe that the Big Bang from 13.8 billion years ago is the point at which the universe began expanding, initiating the age of the universe, forming all galaxies, stars, planets, and the miracles of life. Among the planetary mass in our galaxy, are there any signs of life other than life on Earth? Perhaps on one of the moons in the Earth star, Shani. With its resourceful fossil lands and gentle environmental conditions, it may be possible. However, what humans did not know that before the age of dinosaurs, there existed a mythical and ancient civilization on the Shani planet known as Monsta. Monsta is an enigmatic and peculiar species. Nobody knows of their origins or who their creators were. They do not identify as either gender and have lost the ability to fertilize for reproduction. Nevertheless, life is a great mission to create the next generation, to pass on its genetic legacy. Every being in the world is built to have natural survival instincts, struggling against their extinction. Thus, they attempted a variety of solutions. Some exploited the resources on the planet for research, while some blended with the energy of the elements, and some evolved through extreme conditions of the environment. In this period, the limits of life, along with countless desperate experiments, has devastated the racial population. At the end of the darkest and longest descent towards extinction, they achieved an unthinkable success in biological experimentation. By fabricating a genetic fusion with the extraction of two Monsta and their stamen tellus, combined with the Kratos furnace, the first genetic clone of two Inception Monsta was produced. Ultimately, the remaining 4,088 Inception Monsta decided to seal themselves, reminding the descendants to only awaken when faced with a new crisis of destruction. So they really thought into like the lore behind this, which is nice to see. Synthesis. There will be 9 monster classes from 3 nations. Each of the class will have their respective class endowment and is categorized as either strength, agility, or intelligence. Each category affects the attribute of the monster too. In addition to the class, each monster are made up of 6 different parts. Identify head, face, body, back, arms, and legs. This is the Cyborg from the Titan Nation. Primary is strength. We have Terminator, agility. Alchemist, intelligence. The Elf from the Rhea Nation. So you've got I imagine, yeah, so strength, agility, and intelligence from each nation. Golem, Nightingale, Prophet. The Orc from the Lepetus Nation. Grognak, strength. Juggernaut, agility, and Bomo, intelligence. I like that they've thought out these little classes and factions they've got. Cloning. Monster from Shiny Planet has no reproductive system like humankind. In order to reproduce, the genes of 2 monsters has to be fused in a Kratos furnace to undergo synthesis cloning with the help of Stamen Tellus. Stamen Tellus token. STTT is the game currency of Monster Infinite. It can be earned through battling and world gameplay. It is required for the synthesis cloning and can be used to buy cosmetic that carry no attribute. Synthesis cloning a monster costs money and some STT, depending on how many times the monster has been cloned. There is a maximum amount of times a monster can be cloned, though. Genetic information will be kept confidential until Marketplace launch. So there are going to be 2 forms of currency. So similar to Axis Infinity, which has Small Love Potion and Axis. So kind of similar tokenomics there. Monster have 6 body parts, and each of them can be augmented by using other monster as sacrificial offering to Chinese gods. Augmented body parts will acquire a new special skill card. So we've got head, horns, face mask, body wings, back, tail, arms, and legs. The result of the augmented body part will be varied based on monster core characteristics produced from sacrificial offerings. The augmentation mechanism solves the problem of overpopulation, as players have to sacrifice monster in order to strengthen their monster team. So this is a good way of managing the surplus of that will be created from breeding or genetic cloning. So cloning. Hence, the supply and demand of monster will be stay balanced. With less monster in circulation, we can release fresh starter monster to keep the entry cost low for new players. I like that. Battling. Monster Infinite combines turn-based card battle system with match 3 puzzle system to play a more competitive and interesting battle gameplay. Turn-based card battle system. Each monster team requires exactly 3 monsters. Each monster has 6 card skills, 2 attack cards, 2 defense cards, and during a battle, players can choose from 5 cards in a random shuffle fashion. The player must drag the card to the designated target to apply it to an ally or an enemy. After each round, the player has 5 seconds to perform orbs, dragging on the match 3 puzzle system. If the orbs matched are the respective class colour orb, then the skills can be enhanced. HP and MP orbs are special orbs that can recover monster HP and MP, like magic power. Battle initiative is decided from the difference in agility and intelligence, which will determine the turn for each monster. Certain cards can affect the battle sequence and deny your opponents from making a move, which makes the battle more dynamic and tests your wits. So you're not just playing your own cards, you're playing against your opponent's cards as well. You've got to keep them in mind. Inspired by the Puzzles and Dragons, there are 5 colour orbs, with which the colour orb representing a class or attribute: Cyborg, Elf, Orc, Health Point Recovery, and Magic Point Recovery. The player has to drag an orb to the adjacent positions, swapping with the orb already there. So long as the player does not let go of the orb, the player can move the orb as much as necessary within 5 seconds, allowing them to arrange for several combos in a single turn. After completing this, all matched orbs are removed from the board. The board then cascades all orbs down and fills the board up once more. This may result in more combos known as Skyfall combos. The intention of adding match 3 puzzle system is to solve the pay to win problem in most MMORPG games. Such system will give competitive players an advantage over their opponents. Monster Infinite wishes to make a balance on how time, money, and skill affects the gameplay. This is great to hear, because that is what you want from a game. Matchmaking and ranking. Matchmaking will be based on a system by Arpad Elo, a physics professor that came out with Elo rating system that considers various number of factors such as rank, recent match results, skill level of player, attribute of monsters, etc. Such system will allow players to matchmake with other players that have similar overall capabilities, and this will promote game enjoyment, and players could earn in-game currency STT much easier. Open world. Players can own assets and purchase land to place their assets. Assets must be crafted from materials throughout the world map. Crafting recipes. Assets will have predefined functionality in the game for various activities. The recipes are needed to customize their looks. It adds an aesthetic layer on top of existing assets, which can be customized to your desires and allow constraints. Players can design their in-game dreamland and share recipes with one another. Adding recipes to objects will increase material cost, depending on the colors and shapes used in the design. Artists can also sell their designs in the marketplace for other players to use in crafting, allowing players to choose from a variety of themes to decorate their land. That's going to be interesting. Co-building. Players can give permission to other players to cooperate and contribute assets to their land, allowing others to build together. And hosting of events. Players are allowed to invite others to their land and host a variety of events. Hey guys, we're going to be able to host parties. I'm definitely going to be doing that. And engage in social activities on their respective land. The host can choose to give a personal reward to the winner to make games more competitive and fun, attracting more players to their land. Popular attractions may be featured. Can we host tournaments as well? That's going to be a really nice feature. Monster population and long-term sustainability. Monsta Infinite is a platform that combines virtual gaming with the reality of the market. In the past, game assets owned by players do not represent ownership and does not carry an intrinsic value in the real world. Often, the end of game project causes all player invested time and money to be lost. So true. Even for valuable in-game items once sought after by players, they become worthless after the company collapses or changes direction, as is the existence of game assets do not continue outside of game. When players want to admire and commemorate their collections, nothing will be left besides some memories, photos of the past. The invention of NFT standard allows buyers to keep their proprietary rights to their original assets and allow monetization of virtual assets in the real world. Consequently, all the in-game items will be monopolized by the game developer. As such, the funds and work invested by players and artists will be forever materialized in the real market, with the setting of rightful asset, funds and fees, and self-sufficient sustainable ecosystem is created, whereas the game assets will be priced with usable and collectible value. Then we have the game. Monsta Infinite is a game that relies on strategy, technique, with unlimited possibilities of expansion to bring gamers around the world with a fun and rich experience. In addition, outstanding players will be awarded with STT or money tokens, setting a standard for friendly competition between players. The open world aspect of Monsta Infinite is one of the biggest elements that will bring out the best in virtual world. Not only does it add a vast range of interaction opportunities between players, it also fulfills the social aspect that extends far beyond the game. Players can connect to their audience through live stream platforms. We're going to be doing some live streams and build their own network, hosting or participating in mini games and live events. The existence of Monsta Infinite will bring more people to come to understand blockchain technology. It will bring increased engagement and face to the future of all other industries. In order to ensure the balance and longevity of the game, Monsta Infinite will continue to maximize the circulation of assets to allow for the game economy to sustain itself. Last but not least, the endless possibilities brought forth by the open world system allows us to push new content to users through inviting sponsors and advertisers. All revenue will be used not only to maintain the Monsta Infinite ecosystem, but also to allow developers to upgrade the game system with fresh content and continue to deliver exciting experiences. So if you look over all that gameplay section of the white paper, it speaks to their vision, like what they want to create, and it's something that I think a lot of the community have been asking for. We've got skill based, we've got a system which allows for people who have a lot of skill but maybe not the best monsters to actually compete. And the social aspect, I think, is something that is missing from a lot of games at the moment. Inception Monster. So first batch of Monster, there'll be 4,088 units with ID from 1 to 4,088. Probability to get legendary body parts with these, they will be the rarest in the game, and 2,088 units will auction on a price curve from 0.2 BNB to 1.0 BNB. This might be the monster bar to them. Inception Monster are also passports to different experiences. For instance, the closed beta will be open to all Inception Monster holders, while non-Inception Monsters will have to wait for the open beta. So this is going to give you early access to play the game as well. Sale is going to be, there's going to be 2,088. 1,000 is going to be for pre-sale reward, 500 in-game contests and campaigns, and 500 will be done in giveaways and influencers. So that's, here in this channel, we're going to be giving away, we're giving 1 to 2. Hopefully 2 to give away to people on this channel. We'll hold a competition for that. 2,088 Inception Monsters will be held on sale on the 1st of September. Okay, so this is not far away now. So the Inception Monster will be selling on a bonding curve, with each subsequent purchase increasing the price of the Inception Monster. So you want to get into this early, and the first one will, number 1 will be available in this. So these, the ones that I'm getting or that we'll be giving away won't be the earliest ratings. So that number 1 is going to be worth a lot more than 0.2 BNB. We see it rising, so getting early, you're going to get the cheapest offer. 5 times more expensive if you buy the last one. Redeeming of BP 721 NFT will open on 12th of October upon marketplace launch. Every redeem will have a chance of being born with legendary parts. The probabilities are as below. So legendary part chances, whoa. So single 25%, double 3.68%, triple 0.2%, quad 0.01%, 1 in every 1,000 will get that. So there is just enough. Then penta 0.000299, hexa 1 in 34 million chance of getting Hexa. No, we're getting that. It's gonna be so hard to get. My god, if you get that. I just think about the value of that as well if you actually got it. Monster Infinite token. Pre-sale. So I think there've been some changes to this. I believe I saw on their Telegram page. So I want to get the facts right for this. So we're going to look at this. I'm going to do another video before the pre-sale. So we will talk about this, but I believe from what I saw from the group is that there are going to be some differences between that. So we'll take a look at that. I think one normal monster will cost 80 money. Yeah, and monster egg will cost 80. So we'll come in. We'll do a complete separate video on the pre-sale. Technology, different sidechain services are being actively evaluated by our team, such as Loom Network and Chromia. The decision depends mainly on which network becomes available to BSC as a sidechain interop at the sooner date. The network concerns are that they'll look for implementing a sidechain service with EVM capabilities and BSC interoperability. This will allow players to save and update their in-game assets, including the monster, without paying a fee at every step. This is nice to see. I feel a lot of people are like moving towards this, having a separate thing for like Dragonary. At the moment, you don't have to pay for these constant transactions. You've got something that's separate that interacts. You can just have like a one-off interaction with the blockchain, and I think that's going to be really important because it just saves a lot of money and means that we can focus more on the game. When you're spending these gas fees can slow down gameplay, and I think you know what we're looking for in gameplay is efficiency. The decision to build whether to build sidechains specifically is still consideration, as there's many emerging blockchains that look promising. However, some concerns over long-term sustenance of internal systems may affect the stability of the game ecosystem. Recently, we've seen some managerial instability with Loom networks during the pandemic, which remind us yet again the possibility of network deviating from the hopes of its users and potentially leading to scalability issues. Launching our own sidechain seems to be the most appealing at the moment, and plans are underway. It's going to be account security, so aware of issues overplay account security in which such platforms which were not given the first priority as many of these platforms in the early stage. So the solution to that is to integrate Google Authenticator to account login process without compromising the privacy of players or leaving them susceptible to social engineering attacks. Players will be able to scan a QR code on their Google Authenticator app, and any subsequent logins will require a one-time passcode from the app. User support. As gamers ourselves, we understand the struggle of having no assistance from developers when one faces difficulties. Hence, establishment of a 24/7 game support is on their priority list. We acknowledge the crazy load of obligations that might come along with this, but we value the community more than anything. There are challenges ahead, which requires careful planning and making a lot of decisions, while striving to look for a long-term solution and weighing of each possibility. We look forward to contributing to delivering more community-driven platforms for gaming NFT in the market. There's going to be plans for a decentralized organization. More details will be announced together with staking. Money holders will be able to stake and participate in economic decisions for the Monster Infinite ecosystem. And part of the vision is to make Monster Infinite truly decentralized on technology, economy, and authority. The community is encouraged to take up obligations on steering the game's future and getting rewarded accordingly. However, such approach should be taken cautiously, and the migration will be released stage by stage, as what we're doing at the moment is still a new and unexplored subject that remains untouched by many. Hence, our approach will be updated along the growth of the community, which I think is a smart thing to do. So then we can see the team. Players can make a living. This person's mum used to say, do something good or you won't even get a job as a rubbish, or you won't even get a job as a rubbish, or even get a job as a rubbish collector. That's what my mum used to say nagging at me as a kid. But that mentality is changing, is what they're talking about. And yeah, play to earn has made it possible now to earn from games. They're a team of 11 from Singapore and Malaysia. They don't have a celebrity team, nor do they have a big corporate backers as partners. Likewise, they're just normal people that are passionate in starting and running a project to create games that will accelerate the realization of universal basic income. A lot of projects are looking like this. The people who don't necessarily have a huge background are creating these games because there's the opportunities there, and you know, if you've got the skills to be able to put these things into practice, big industries aren't tapping into this yet. It's heartbreaking to see the rich get richer, with the vast majority of the working class struggling to put food on the table. Monsta Infinite envisions to create a long-lasting ecosystem where every player can stake in shareholders and get rewarded fairly. So we have Jin Tan as the CEO. We've got HK Chong as CTO. We've got Dave as the creative director and Joshua as the COO. Partnerships will be announced gradually in the upcoming months. And that is the whole of the Monsta Infinite white paper. The only thing to go through now is the tokenomics and the white paper sale. The white paper for the sale. I don't know if there's going to be, I think it's first come first served. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is a video next time on looking at that completely in depth, so you guys are clued up before the pre-sale begins and know what to do. Okay, well, hopefully you're as excited as this project as I am. I'm really looking forward to it. Really happy to be alongside them. I looked over pretty extensively before making a decision when they offered me the ambassadorship, and I wanted to make sure, A, this is a project that I see that I can be passionate about in the long term. I'm not going to pick a project that I cannot be passionate about when I'm an ambassador, let alone just one off video that's positive. I have to see potential in it because, I want this place to be where you feel like you can get good information about good projects. We did on DeFi, those with me from my DeFi pet from the beginning, we saw 40 cents increasing to over $6 now. We've seen Skill go from $1 to $177 all-time high. We've seen block creatures go from $3 to $25 plus. So this is a project that I've looked at and see that kind of potential in for sure, and getting in early is going to be a big thing on that, I think, for seeing those similar kind of returns. And second of all, I wanted to make sure that this was a legit project. I mean, first of all, I made sure that when I got contacted as an ambassador, I went to their official group and said, is this legit? And they confirmed it. The team looks too extensive. Red flags for any scam is that it's brand new, like just created. The Twitter page, we can see it was joined in April 2021, which matches up with their white paper in thinking of when they were starting to work on this project. So that's a good kind of, it's the red flag gone there. The communication between on their Discord, on their Telegram page is really good. Got a big community already. Wanted to make sure that this feels like a safe project to engage in. So, know that I've done all my research on that to hopefully reassure yourselves that it's legit. Okay, well, that is all for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like on the video. Hit subscribe if you want to keep you up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.